After the PlayStation Experience 2016 show, where they of course started with Uncharted The Lost Legacy, they had a panel where Naughty Dog shared more information about this standalone game. I have all the information here, let me know what you think in the comments down below and be sure to hit the like button. In Uncharted 4, Chloe was absent, sadly, but we of course, we got to know Nadine, another villain that of course, had a crucial part in the story of Uncharted 4. Well, what's interesting is that in The Lost Legacy, we will see Chloe and Nadine in her own game. The Lost Legacy is set after Uncharted 4's events, so this is very interesting. Of course, Nadine, of course, if you haven't played Uncharted 4 yet, just skip for like 30 seconds because I'm going to, of course, tell what Nadine has done in Uncharted 4. So she fled, she left Nate and of course the villain in Uncharted 4 out to die. So she left, she made a good decision, and it will be interesting to see what she has been up to and why she is meeting with this Chloe girl. So of course in the trailer we already heard her say, hey, you're a professional, right? So maybe she hired Chloe to do some interesting stuff. Of course, Chloe is looking for this door, then she wants to meet them on the roof, then she's fighting these guys, and then Nadine comes up and shows it. Anyway, more information about this standalone game. It was started as a DLC, but is now termed as a story expansion, and it can be considered as a BEEFY standalone game. So this is interesting. How much will it cost? What can we expect? It looks like a $40 expansion to me, so not a completely new game like Uncharted 4 was, because of course they already have the engine, it's a different story, it's not like this huge new game, but it's also not like the Left Behind, for example, the DLC from The Last of Us, a 2-hour experience. So this should probably be longer and we have more information. I will share that with you. The video showcase today was the beginning of the game, where Nadine and Chloe have to go to a war-torn city to find a clue. Okay, what this clue is, they will not say it. They didn't want to say that, but still, interesting. Of course, we saw Chloe standing on the roof, shit is going down, everything explodes, so we see fire. Interesting stuff. Of course, if this is the beginning of the game, it's super interesting. Of course, it was like pretty, it was stealthy. You were just walking past these guys. There was not a lot of interaction. When she was fighting, it looked like gameplay, but still, it was very interesting. Let's look at more information. All the platforming hallmarks of the game will be present, but this time the player will play Chloe with Nadine at her side. So no more Sam or no more Sully at your side, but Nadine, and you play as Chloe. And this is where it gets interesting, because it looks a lot like Tomb Raider. A lot of people thought when they showed this trailer, hey, are they already going to announce a new Tomb Raider game? Of course, we had the Shadow of the Tomb Raider leak, so this could be true, but no, it ended up being a Uncharted 4 DLC. Anyway, what's interesting is that Chloe will have some other gameplay things. For example, her fight style will be very different. This was also new information. Different than Nathan Drake's fight style. She uses her wave more compared to him. So this is interesting how that will shake out in the gameplay. The whole game is set in India, which works well for Chloe because she is half Indian. We of course knew that already. The team is going, quote, a little more wide, end quote, than, quote, wide linear, end quote. Uncharted 4 was defined wide linear. So for example, we went to Madagascar in Uncharted 4, where, they drove and it was like a huge landscape, but it was still like pretty linear. So maybe if this city will be fully explorable, it will be like wide. It will be a wide game, but that will be super interesting, of course, that there are more ways to go to your objective. I'm all for that. Then the last info is the story is, quote, very grounded, but, quote, you never know, end quote, what might pop up. So it should be very grounded, so no like supernatural stuff that we normally see in Uncharted games. Of course, Uncharted 4 didn't really have that, but of course the first one, second one, and third one did. So this will follow the same Uncharted 4 pattern. It's awesome. It's made by Naughty Dog. It looked super exciting, and we already saw some sort of lock-picking ability from Chloe, of course. Nathan Drake doesn't know how to do that. He just uses his fist or his feet to kick down the door and stuff like that. Well, Chloe is like more stealthy, so it would be interesting to see more stealth gameplay in an Uncharted game. It really looked like a sort of combination between The Last of Us gameplay and Uncharted 4 gameplay. So super interesting to see. Hopefully we will hear more about this year. I think we will. Hopefully it will release in 2017. That would be awesome, but I can see this move to like begin 2018, the beginning. If this is really what they say, a BEEFY standalone game, then I don't see this happening like 1 year after Uncharted 4. Would be cool. And what is interesting about this as well is that this might be the way that Uncharted will continue. So of course Uncharted 4 was a thief's end, where this was the end of Nathan Drake. And what is interesting about this is that, of course, we will probably not see Nathan Drake for a very long time. But if Naughty Dog is not done with Uncharted yet, I mean, they have so many crazy, awesome characters like Chloe that we want to know more about. We also want to know more about Sam. I mean, he just suddenly popped up out of nowhere, and yeah, we want to know his history as well. Of course, he went to a prison, but yeah, he lied about that as well. So there is so much interesting stuff in this universe. So to, yeah, like dive deeper into characters that we never really, dive deep into before is super awesome. I just hope, and that's a little bit my fear, that this will not be like a Tomb Raider rip-off or really a Tomb Raider game, because yeah, that would suck. On the other hand, a Tomb Raider style of gameplay with the Naughty Dog storytelling, that's just all I want. That's really all I want. Anyway, I'm super excited about Uncharted The Lost Legacy. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe for way more PlayStation Experience coverage. As you already, if you just look at my channel, I already have a ton. And when I say a ton, I mean a ton of videos up on the channel. So be sure to check them out. I will speak to you next time. Like the video if you did. Goodbye.